Hello world, hello YouTube land. Right, let's see if I can talk about Snyder's The Wake without sounding too harsh, because it's not that bad really. This is issue number 3 of 10. Before I got this today, I was already saying to myself, right, this is the one. I'm going to see now whether or not I want to continue buying this one. I'll need. I've been introduced to the characters. I've been introduced to the bad guys really in the plot. I know what's going on. I know the setting. I'm familiar with everything. I want to see if it like pushes on. If it's got something else to offer me. So I was going to get issue number 3, read it a couple of times, which I've done now, and see whether or not I want to continue reading. This review, by the way, is I'm going to change my review style a bit. I'm not going to do spoilers throughout, so I know how annoying that can be, you know. I actually try to be a bit considerate to the people watching these videos. So I'll talk a bit about what goes on in the comic, but any big spoilers I think I'll leave out from now on. Okie doke, right, I've got a little some notes here, some good points and bad points about the comic. Good. You find out all about the bad guy in this one really, what powers he possesses. He's like a really creepy looking mermaid. Right. There you go. Beautifully drawn. That's one of the really good things about this comic. Fantastic artwork, really complements the story really well. Anyway, you find out that the bad guy's got this creepy mind control power, and that becomes very useful for the writer, because it allows him to set up false scenarios, because you can actually go into the mind of different characters, and this mermaid will pretend to be your relatives and whatnot, and at the last second will reveal himself to be this hideous monster. So there's lots of good shocks in here. Actually, reading this, I got the impression that what it really is it's a screenplay really. It's a screenplay being tried out in comic book form first. A pretty decent one really, but it's one of those. It'll be one of those if it is made into one of the. If it is made, I'll start again. If it is made into a movie, it'll be one of those movies that you've seen before quite a few times. It's a bit like Alien really, and you've got this group of characters trapped in a base, or in this one they're trapped in like an underwater base. So you've got this group of people who, some like each other, some don't. They have arguments and quarrels and whatnot. What different wacky characters, of course, to make it interesting to the readers and the viewers. And you've got a monster who's loose. That was the plot of Alien, wasn't it? The first Alien movie. And the Thing as well. I think that was the plot of the Thing as well. There's been so many movies made like that where you've got this group of characters being stalked by a bad guy really. And that's what the Wake is. The bad guy in the Wake is a mermaid type. I'm very interested in mermaids. She's creepy, really brilliantly drawn by Murphy as well. Oh, what's his first name? I don't want to just call him Murphy. That seems rude. Sean Murphy. Very Irish sounding name. On to the bad. I just want to say one last thing about the art. It's got a feel of quality, so and it's really fine line work there. The artist has obviously spent a lot of time on this book, so I feel bad saying bad things about it really, because he's always, Sean Murphy's obviously spent a lot of time on this, and it's really good. It's really good. The bad points about the book. It's just another comic. Unfortunately, it's. I know I go on about silly things like that people probably won't be interested in, and you'll see me as a weird conspiracy guy, so I talk about corporations and banks and politics and stuff. And I expect too much out of comics really. But this comic, it's got nothing for me to get my teeth into really. This doesn't mean it'll be a bad comic. I mean, there can be comics that have nothing at all with politics and corporations and stuff, and I still give them like a strong 8.5 out of 10. Just this comic, I've seen it done before. I've seen the plot done lots and lots of times before. Let me see. Oh yeah, but it's a Vertigo comic as well. Vertigo suggested for mature readers. And I've got this little brochure here. You see on the front it says Defy. That's the little marketing slogan. Defy restraint, defy wicked, defy... Oh, it's one for me. Defy authority. I don't know why it's on Vertigo. It's not particularly gory or anything. It's, gore quotient is pretty similar to any other comic I look at. and it's not rebellious at all. There's no sense of rebellion about the comic. So why is it a part of Vertigo? It definitely doesn't fit into the Defy marketing campaign at all. But then again, you know, marketing campaigns can often just be complete and that's a BS. I won't swear. I don't like swearing. So it's not Snyder's fault. The marketing campaign is probably a lie. But why is it Vertigo? I don't know. I don't know why it's Vertigo. Right, overall, it's got some clever surprises in this. I mentioned that before because of the creature being you can control your mind. Shocked, just like a horror movie, which again I talked about before. Saying that this is a screenplay really. It's I think Snyder wants to get into the movies and make the big bucks. Nothing adult about it. I'll give this to my 10-year-old niece to read. I don't think she'd be that interested, but I don't think she's that scared either really. Oh yeah, there's I need to give Scott Snyder some credit. I think he's slagging off his writing a bit, haven't I? Saying it's a bit cliched and it's been done before, but he did put a lot of work in, a lot of research work. He's done his research into whales and dolphins and how they communicate and stuff. And a lot of information in here is quite interesting. So I've got to applaud the guy for putting the effort in for doing his research. Let me see. There's a great end panel in here as well. As I said at the beginning of my review, I'm not going to do big spoilers from now on, but the end panel is really good, and it really keeps you, wanting to find out what's happening, what will happen next, what will happen in issue 4. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for me really. I'm not going to pick up issue 4. The main reason for this is the characters in the comic. I didn't really have any emotional connection to them. And when you've got a weird creature rampaging around, picking people off as they do in these books, these movies, whatever, you have to feel some emotional connection to the characters. I mean, he's given the main character the hippie environmentalist stereotype cliche girl and a kid, but it's not enough. She's not a three-dimensional character. She's just a liberal comic book hero. And you meet these people in the real world, and it's nothing that heroic about them really. And they're just going with the flow, going for an easy life, and trying to feel superior to other people because they've got a Greenpeace badge on the back of their a gas guzzler. And so I didn't feel any sympathy towards the main character. I don't even know her name, can't even remember her name at all. So it wasn't quite enough for me. I'll start again. It wasn't quite enough for me to want to keep on reading on. So this is the jumping off point for me. Snyder and Murphy kept me interested for 3 comics, but no more. No mass for me. I'll give it an average 6 out of 10. I probably would have just given it normal 5 out of 10, but I'll give it an extra point because. For 2 reasons really. Sean Murphy's obviously put a lot of effort into the artwork, and it's very enjoyable looking at his art, especially the creature. The creature's drawn really well. It looks really creepy with the spiky teeth. And Snyder's put in the work. He's done a bit of research for this book as well. So unfortunately, to wrap up then as a whole, although it's a first to go book for suggested for mature readers, and their campaign, their little PR pamphlet here is all about defy. I find that rings a bit hollow after reading this book. It's just another book. It's average, but it's got decent art. So if you want an average comic book with a scary looking mermaid monster, pretty cool art and stuff about dolphins and whales, which is quite interesting really. It's not that bad. Then pick it up. But otherwise, if you're someone like me looking for something a bit different, something a bit edgy, something with an emotional, where you've got an emotional connection with the characters, then unfortunately, in my opinion anyway, this one's to drop at the moment. Okay. Right, that was a long review, 9 minutes. I wonder if anybody will watch it. Okay, The Wake, Scott Snyder. A pretty average comic, 6 out of 10 for me. Okay, see ya. Bye.